Are you
Good
starting on
morning.
me?
Oh, I was going to start. You normally make me start, so I was just getting ready. Good morning, everyone, and happy February. This is Easy Talks with my girl
Hey, Erica Lynn.
and me, Zendalannette. Welcome again to this month's Easy Talk, and we look forward to sharing real, raw, and authentic responses to what Chantel has to ask us. So let's get it going, sis.
All right, we're gonna make it do what it do. I see your Z, so I'm making my E and Z. So yes, like my sis said, shout out to Chantel. She is our guide when it comes to our questions. Um, Life is full throttle, continuing to life for both myself and my SS. And yeah, just as we think about structure, as we think about all of the things, allowing, like I said, Chantel to be our guide, give us three questions to dive into. As I am a generator, my SS is a manifesting generator, and our strategy is to respond, but our authority, yeah, our strategy is to respond. So we are both emotional authorities too, but that's not the point right now. So allowing
You were just
Chantel.
giving a little information.
Oh, right. Just a boop, boop. You're welcome. But yeah, so giving us something to respond to honor both of our strategies as we are navigating real life in real time. So the first question that Chantel has for us is, look, I know I say this every month, but I just saw the first question, and Chantel is so silly, y'all. She be on it. I don't know how, but she do. So as such, you're gonna be tickled too when I read this. Where in your life are you being invited to love yourself more responsibly? Not
Mm,
romantically, but through boundaries, discipline, or truth. Yes, right?
that's hilarious.
Isn't it? Knowing what both of us are navigating right now. Oh my goodness.
Okay, can you just restate it for me because I want to be able to answer it intentionally without, as well as honoring what I'm navigating.
Yes. So,
Um, because some things are ready for the world, but I do want to be authentic and I want to share. So can you repeat it for me?
yes. Where in your life are you being invited to love yourself more responsibly? Not romantically, but through boundaries, discipline, or truth.
I am being called to honor myself and my role as mother. Um, for so many years, I prided myself on, motherhood. And at some points, I was probably a hovering helicopter parent, mom, however you want to say it, overgiver, which are negative traits of my automatic innate design. Um, and I'm being called to reestablish boundaries in that space and to love myself deeper as I ho'oponopono the version of mother that I was, the dark mother that um, is providing space for me to experience the consequences of my past motherhood style, so to speak. But in that, it is taking me to forgiving myself um, and not allowing the projections of children to make me feel bad about who I've become and who I am today. And what that looks like is silence, not having to engage, not taking things personally, truly honoring and living by the four agreements, knowing that I did my best and I continue to do my best, understanding that the role of parent and child were two individuals that were blood connected. And even in those relationships, it's hard and it can derail me as a woman, as a mother. But remembering that I am a woman first and that I have to love myself in order to be my best version. And that I don't have to, I'm choosing to make space for my children to be who they are Um, as I also honor and love myself as to who I am and who I've become. And really leaning into not engaging in the projective type of behaviors because at some point you have to fly. And so learning to love myself despite some of the hurts, some of the emotions up and down of some of the things that I am navigating right now. But it's, it's allowing me to lean into my practices of using my throat chakra, even when I'm being silent. Um, honoring the four agreements, knowing that I am doing my best and not letting anybody put that stuff on me. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, I think it did. One of the things that it said that I thought that you organically touched on was one, the boundaries, um, two, the truth, and three, discipline, when you talked about going back to the practices. And for me, when I hear discipline, I heard what you were saying about like what was versus what is. And what is can only be through the practice of discipline and through continuing to practice as life is lifing. Because I feel like in the process of change, especially when we're triggered, especially when someone is projecting onto us, it can be easy to go into default. It can be easy to go and shift back into autopilot and revisit and be what was, but the discipline in choosing, the discipline in living, and to kind of talk about what we talked about earlier this week, maybe even yesterday, is you said the word integration. And I feel like that's that beautiful piece when we talk about what was versus what is. What is can be through integration. And you have integrated the four agreements. You have integrated, you have embodied a new way of living where you are not perfect by any means, but you are intentional in doing your best. And that is through the boundaries, that is through the truth. And even sometimes, like you just said, truth can be silence because often more is said through silence than can ever be through words. And then that third piece again, the discipline. So yeah, I feel like you touched on all three SS.
And thank you for that, sis. And the thing about it too is as you shared and helped me to see what I shared, you talk about the silence is the power of the impeccability of word because what people don't realize is once you let something come out of your mouth, even though I may not take it personally, words have a tail. And those words
You're cutting out SS, and what you're saying is super powerful. So I want people to hear it. You said words have a tail, and you said you speak the power of life and death.
I mean, really. And so I feel like I just my prayer is for my space's mother that my children, and not all children, me as a daughter, that we understand the impacts. Like as parents and mothers, fathers, we have feelings too. And and I think that's the most powerful thing is like our words. So the silence that I spoke to, ironic, great, is pivotal. It's pivotal in this phase. Um, and even from our children, like the words that they say there, to your parents, my children say to me, like those words have power. So we, life and death is in the power of the tongue, seriously. And I just offer whoever's watching, like just be mindful, be impeccable with your word. Truly, truly, truly. Do you want what? Are you going to allow those feelings to dictate what the future relationships of people that you're engaging with affect? I mean, are you? So
Yeah.
it's your turn. I'm clearly on the soapbox.
Oh, that's okay though. That's what the space is for. When I think about the words that Chantel said, the first thing that really stood out to me is the word invited. Saying, where in your life are you being invited to love yourself more responsibly? And those words stick out to me so vividly because I have been on this journey of loving myself for, I don't know, the last couple years. And so when she ended with responsibly, that's what really hit me because I have not always been responsible with loving myself. And I have not even always known what that has meant to love myself responsibly. I am someone who craved love for so long that I have been willing to accept any type of love just to be loved. And so, this new path that I'm traveling, where I am taking this journey to stop seeking external love and really learn what it means to love me from that internal space. And part of learning how to love myself from an internal space is learning how to stop accepting breadcrumbs across the board. And then integrating the both and of I can accept you wholly and fully and love you while also creating that boundary of what it is that I'm willing to. Hey mom, I'm doing easy talks right now. Um so learning what that looks like to create those boundaries of loving and accepting you in all of the ways and no longer allowing that to be a space that I reside in, while also navigating the internal battle of what it means to surrender breadcrumb style love because it
Mm-hmm.
has fed me and it has been something that I've been willing to accept. And when I'm faced with losing what was and continuing down this journey of what now is this pathway, um, feeling the feelings inside that come with letting go of something that has been such a instrumental part of my life for the last handful of years.
Mm-hmm.
And navigating like that pull to just want to be like, no, 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 I do want this. I do. It is okay. I'll take it. Yes, please, because I don't want to be without. And all of the good things that come with it, where I'm like, it's not that bad. And yes, it's okay. And then leaning inward and being like, how can I not replace? Because I feel like some things are irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, learning how to feed myself.
Mm-hmm.
What does a full course meal look like that is given from me and not
Mm-hmm.
having to rely on that? Um, and being willing to sit with the truth. Um, of what has been accepted versus what it is that I desire. And again, just learning because this is all very new to me. Because again, like that is one of my life themes over these last 37, almost 38 years is again, like, as if I can be okay externally, then somehow I'll be okay internally. And the light bulb that's no longer working. And so intentionally moving and shifting that narrative to feeling internally through myself and something bigger and greater.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of us, or my spirit squad, and myself, because it is a squad, um, just relearning
Mm-hmm.
and again the weaning process. So
Right.
like when
Right.
you talked about like flying and leaving the nest and soaring, for me it's like learning how learning how to be self-sufficient in filling my own cup and those
Mm-hmm.
loves and those internal needs and like today I'm having a me day and part of me is like what the f do I do today, like I don't know, like
That is awesome. I'm proud of
yeah,
you for that. That
thank
is
you,
that's
SS.
awesome.
Yeah, I
Seriously,
mean, because
that is.
I've done like dating myself, I've taken myself out to lunch, I've taken myself out to the movies, but like this chunk of time and being like, what are you gonna do, boo boo? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to leave in like an hour, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. And I get to learn, and I get to be uncomfortable, and I get to
Allow
be in
organic
the unknown.
divine flow.
That part.
Absolutely. I'm
That
proud of you.
part.
Proud of you.
Thanks, SS. So yeah, that for me is what this is looking like in this season. So question number two, what has love revealed to you this past year about who you are, what you tolerate, and what you deserve?
Hmm. I feel like I'm in an interview. Can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely. Yeah. What has love revealed to you this past year about who you are, what you tolerate, and what you deserve?
Wow, there's a lot to that. Love has taught me my true value and my true worth. It's allowed me to see myself as who I was created to be, accepting all, loving all of the many parts of me, the good, the bad, the in between, and understanding that it's it's learning, it's opportunity in all of those spaces. Um, it's taught me that in the past I had been in relationships, platonic, specifically platonic, that I wasn't loving myself because I was allowing, I was settling, and I was over. Even though God says, love everybody, but I was doing it to the detriment of my own well-being. Um, and so I've learned that like loving me has to be the priority in order for me to love anybody else. I've seen how I at one time loved unconditionally, and now I've loved conditionally, excuse me, but now I love unconditionally. Um, I allow love to be organic. I allow love to be uncontrolled, and I just overall, it's just kind of helped me become, not kind of, it's helped me become who I am today. Just it gives me peace, it gives me security because I'm confident in who I am and whose I am. So it's given me just really a clear picture of my power. and my impact. And it gives clarity. Yeah, yeah.
That was super rich. Thank you so much, SS. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was in the shower and one of the things that like one of those quotes that people say, like something about I would rather have loved and been hurt or whatever than not loved at all or something
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
And
I would have loved never have loved at all. Something like that, right?
yeah,
Okay, I know what you mean. I get the
loved in
gist.
something. But I was thinking about that and I was sitting in the depths of gratitude for the love that I have experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Not perfect love, not fairy tale love, but authentic love for each season that I have had the opportunity to love. And
Mm-hmm.
this last love that I have had the honor and the privilege to engage in and with has been a love that has changed my whole world. It is a love that I once upon a time prayed for. And it is a love that had I not experienced, I wouldn't be entering into this new season where I am intelligent, intentional, and diligent about carving out this self love.
Mm-hmm.
This last season of love has inspired me. It has helped mold me into the woman that I am today to stand firm that I am worthy of giving myself the love that I have always desired. And again, reminding myself that it doesn't have to be external, but I choose, I desire to love myself in ways that I have never been loved before and in ways that only I can love me. Because I feel like when it comes to energy, when it comes to vibration, when it comes to even attraction, we can only send out what we are giving ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so that excites me to be again on this new journey, on this new voyage of loving myself in a way that lights me up from the inside out. This love that I have for me that cannot be taken away, that is unconditional, that is strong, that is palpable. I'm excited to cultivate this love for myself. And again, this season and the season prior and the season before that and the season before that has primed me
Mm-hmm.
for this newest season of love because like you, SS, I too now know I am worthy of being loved in all of the ways and for all of the pieces and parts of me because I not broken but for sure fragmented in some ways. um but that is how I know, again, that all of my pieces and all of my parts that make this beautiful masterpiece that is me, they're all worthy of being loved. And again, it is an honor and a privilege to have been loved the way that I have been by someone. And yet now I know that it is an honor and a privilege for me to love me. And that is
Mm-hmm.
what this past year has truly taught me. Like, again, that burning desire to love me, that burning desire to holistically take care of me because of the love that I have for me and because of the way that I get to see me today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Beautiful.
yes, this is going to be our final question of the day. What does reclaiming your heart look like in this season of your life?
That's powerful. Reclaiming my heart looks like boldness,
Mm,
audacity, standing firm in who I am and not allowing anybody, any word to move me, being confident in the choices that I make because I know that they're divinely aligned, not allowing, oh my God, I got carried away. I feel like I'm like on a restate the question so I can stay focused because I almost veered off. I'm looking at
no,
the
no, no.
birds and the
I
fish
feel like that
behind
was good. I was like, you better talk about it. Do it. So, what does reclaiming your heart look like in this season of your life?
well, what I said, bold audacity, just inactions, believing in myself. Um, and really, it's audacious in all of the ways. It's it's scary, right? Because it is so bold. Um, but it's such a lie to and doing stuff on the way and not being changing what anybody is doing, anybody is saying. And really standing firm in God's word of leaning not to my own understanding and in all of the ways acknowledging Him. And that is what keeps me rooted and grounded and being able to love because I know that I know that I know that each day that I wake up, I set the intention before my feet hit the floor that I am going to engage with love and gentle kindness, beginning with myself, and that it will ripple and be light and love to all those that I come in contact with. So when things come against me that are contrary to that, it is that love that keeps me rooted and grounded. Mm, yeah. Mm.
I felt that so deeply. Mm. I'll take some of that, please. I will definitely take some of that. But um, when I think about what reclaiming my heart looks like and means, one of the things that stands out is creating order.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because I have been part of credentialed coach school for almost a year now. It may actually be a little over a year. And so they are having the graduation week next week. And I reached out to my boss at my 9 to 5 and was like, hey, I know it's short notice, but can I take the week off? I want to do this graduation week. I want to complete my certifications. I want to do these things. And she was like, absolutely. I support you. Do it. I'm so proud of you. Woo, woo, woo. And so I'm banging out the materials and I'm watching the videos and I'm working on my workbook and I'm completing my tests and I'm looking around my house and I'm feeling angst and I'm feeling tightness and I'm feeling swallowed and I'm feeling overwhelmed. And I'm like, I cannot continue pushing forward, trying to get these things done when my house is in this state of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And so last minute, I pivoted and I'm like, yes, I want to do graduation week. Yes, I want to officially finish my coursework and get all 5 of these certifications that I have been working on. But first, I choose me. And
Mm-hmm.
so for me, that is one of the things that I have struggled with for so long is changing my mind and prioritizing what will make me feel better when I'm trying to take care of this task, check this thing off that yes means something to me, but I am not okay. And so I will not be okay so I can get this done. And so making this pivot I feel like it's part of me reclaiming my heart because I stood up for myself and taking care of myself and saying that no, next week I am taking the week off, but I'm taking the week off to take care of my house because when my house is out of order, I am out of order. And I want to be in order. I want to take care of myself. And so for me, again, that is part of reclaiming my heart because I'm taking care of myself and I am getting the order. I like order. I like structure. And I am accepting that that gets to be okay. I am creating a system moving forward once I get my house in order of this is what's going to be taken care of every week. This is all part of this process of me taking care of me and loving me because my house being in order is going to allow my headspace to be in order, is going to allow my nervous system to be in order, is going to
Mm-hmm.
allow me to holistically be okay and be in a space where I can work on these things because I'm not looking at mess and disorgan just stuff everywhere. That makes me feel good. That makes me happy. And so I'm so excited to reclaim the things that matter to me. It doesn't matter if it matters to anybody else. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to anybody else. It doesn't matter any of that. It's me doing what I need to do to take care of me. And so I am so excited to get everything in order to get me in order. And I feel like this is another step on that voyage, on that journey, on that pathway. Because I want to feel good. I want to walk in my house. I want my house to smell good. I want my house to look good. I want my house to aesthetically, visually be make me feel amazing to come home. And getting it in order is that. So that is part of the reclaiming um my heart and doing the things that matter to me. And it's okay, the graduation, there'll be another one later this year and I will be more prepared and it won't feel rushed because it will be that flow that you spoke about earlier, SS. So that is where I'm at. What prompt would you like to leave everyone with this month, SS?
Wow, you left me speechless, and I am so proud of you for because you literally have you're like exuding be the first to put you first in always and always. Have the audacity to be the first to put you first in always. By choosing to pivot and being confident in your pivot, coming full circle and make it about you so that you can create and curate the environment that you choose to have for your home. That is the audacity to be the first to put you first. So my prompt for this month is simple. What do you need to do? When I say you, me too, us too, what do you need to do to have the audacity to be the first to put you first in all ways? And what ways do you need to pivot, or what ways can you pivot to put yourself first?
That part. Boop, 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 and we out. Yay!